blonde woman walks into a bank in New York before going on vacation, or holiday, as we say here, and asks for a $5,000 loan. Banker says, "Okay, miss, do you have any collateral for that loan?" "Yes, I do. I will use my Rolls Royce." They laughed. "You want to use a $250,000 car as collateral for a $5,000 loan?" The woman's positive. She hands over her keys. She signs the paperwork. They still can't believe it, so they continue to laugh. She's the title owner. Everything checks out. So they park her car in the underground garage for 2 weeks. She comes back. She pays off the $5,000 loan and the $15.41 interest. The loan officer's happy yet kind of confused. "We looked you up. You're a multimillionaire. Do you mind if I ask you, why did you borrow the $5,000 when you clearly have the money?" The woman is happy to explain. Why are we so attached to stereotypes? Stereotypes are stupid. Like the stereotypes that we encounter in the industry that I'm in. These are some of those. Well, she can't really devote herself to this role because she has a young family. Really? I have 2 young children. I'm a single mom. And I make it work. And I have an awesome team around me who help me do that. Not true. Not a cultural fit. What do you think that really means? Oh, I don't think she's a cultural fit. She's quite opinionated and, feisty and assertive, and we don't like that. Can't find enough qualified candidates. What a load of rubbish. As you just heard from the wonderful team at Backstage, there are lots and lots and lots and lots of qualified people and qualified founders and people who should be funded that don't get access to that capital. So it is not a pipeline problem. It is not a pipeline problem. And you look at all of the wonderful graduates in this country and across Europe and all over the world, that human capital needs to be supported and funded. So those are just a couple of the things that are absolutely not true. And I know, having worked in this space for over 2 decades, that this is absolutely where we need to take things. If we're going to have a sustainable global economy, we need diverse, inclusive workforce. It's about representation. It's about those making legislation. It's really, really important that the money, the spending power, gets into the hands of those people who may not have had the access. That's why financial inclusion and platforms like Through Africa are so important. And really, the bottom of the pyramid, is the top of the funnel for us. And I'm really glad to see the rise of the rest. Someone said last night, I think it was John Kennedy, a rising tide brings up all boats. Not quoting it well, but all the boats come up. Anyway, so the whole point here is you've really got to look outside of your immediate network and outside of your comfort zone and think bigger. If your culture does not support diversity, your company will die. And on the contrary, if you do invest in a diverse team and embrace fair practices that really genuinely support equality and full representation, you will thrive. The numbers show it. The data proves that to be the case. Thankfully, things are changing. Who would have thought that you would have been here listening to Arlen Hamilton and her incredible story, investing in 100 companies when a couple of years ago she was homeless. I mean, that is phenomenal. These 6 people, I'm going to make it past tense, hold most of the world's wealth. Do you see theme here at all? Yeah. These 8 people actually built the company that I joined a few years ago. You see here anything here at all? It's there's a slight theme. And then things evolved, and this was really interesting. The woman on the left is Robin Staples. She's our head of engineering. The woman on the right is Ritika Growell. She's our head of payments. Laura joined as the chief risk officer, and then Dave, who's really a change maker and a royal pain in the you-know-what for all of our executives, he is an incredible innovator. He builds things, and he challenges the status quo, and he's also gay. Because leaders have the courage to challenge the status quo and go against the tide. And you got to trust your instinct. You got to have the courage of your conviction. People like John, he hired me. He knew that it was, not going to be plain sailing, but he had a vision and he hired me. Leaders actively advocate for the advancement of women. He's my biggest fan. He is my biggest supporter. I could not do it without people like John. And in turn, that creates this wave of desire and yearning for more change. So then we added more people. Shruti, who's here today, our entrepreneur in residence, has just, by osmosis, helped us become a better team. DeMarcus is in LA. Priya is killing it, and she's just amazing. She's in India right now. Theron joined recently on the west coast of the US. And suddenly, I thought, wow, things kind of look a bit different. So we have the most incredible, diverse team. Yvette Butler, the lady here, has just been appointed our head of private banking and wealth management. An amazing entrepreneurial woman from finance. That makes me proud. That makes me kind of optimistic. And I look at it and I go, holy shit. It's really, really, really rewarding. And I think about, this is the corporate photo where I don't really look like the folks you saw on the other slide. But this right now, to me, sharing with you where we are, is amazing. And I'm sitting in the boardroom of the bank when Adrian Weckler took this photo. And he's like, thanks for the day, I had a really good time. You just don't come across like a banker. And I said, I'll take that as a compliment. So I've learned that people who have love in their hearts really want to make a difference. They're what make the world go around. And if you put the money into the hands of those people with love and vision and passports, I believe that it's going to be a better world. Thank you.